Hello, happy new year. So my name's Richard. Quick recap, this channel is called the Men's Health Movement. I'm trying to share content and talk about things which will improve men's mental health, physical health and hormonal health. Started from the basis of hormone treatment for myself and how much it's changed and improved my life, and wanting other men to A, be aware of it, B, know how they can access it, and C, know what the rights that they should have to feel as good as possible. And it's something that is vastly behind the times in terms of optimal treatment for men, and it shouldn't be. Obviously massive suicide risks in men, mental health issues constantly going up, and I believe being hormonally optimized is like the basis of your health, and you can fix all the other bits, but if you're not hormonally optimized, you're kind of fighting a losing battle. So I'd like men to get checked, get your levels checked. If you're low on testosterone, speak to your GP, and if they don't treat you, which they is a battle, if you watch my other videos you'll see why, then there's private clinics that you can go to for treatment. And I think I'll do some more videos this year about actual treatment, what you take, how much you take, what levels you're wanting to get to feel your best, what levels I've felt my best at, pros and cons, just everything, so it's a bit more talked about and it's not a taboo subject. You know, it's testosterone injections to replace your testosterone, once weekly, twice weekly, some do it daily. It depends on how often you want to do it, depending on how stable you want your levels to be. But hormonal optimization is the drive behind what I talk about, and how massively it's changed my life from how I used to be to now. I feel like a different person, and that is the basis of what everything else has stemmed from in terms of my training, my mental health and everything else. So this video is about exercise, gym, training. Good time to post it obviously because it's New Year's, so it's new year, new me, like everyone's saying, or just new year, exactly the same me, but let's try and share some advice that might help people that are thinking I really should get into some exercise, or I'd like to exercise more, or I tried exercising before and I did like a few weeks and then I just stopped, and after I'd stopped for a week I couldn't go back, and then a year later I've still got the same gym membership that I've paid for the last year, but I've been about twice in a year. The things that we've all done, I've done, and I think there's like good reasons why we do that. So let's talk about exercise. So for me, myself, I see exercise as something that I should do daily, or unless there's a very good reason, or unless I feel like I need a day off, I will train every day. So if I spend, most of my workouts will be 45 minutes to an hour. Very rare that I'm in there for longer than an hour, and it is never shorter than 45 minutes. And then I sauna after, which I've talked about in my previous videos. So that is part of my day that is like time for me. It's time to think. I have music on. You get into a really nice space of just processing the day, and I feel like it's a really positive thing. I think when you don't train at all, it's seen as almost like torture, like people that go to the gym all the time, like, why would you do that, why can you be bothered? But once you get past that initial stage of your body resisting what you're doing to it, like the body's quite clever. If you've not exercised and then you go into the gym and you try and do like a 5k run, or you try and lift loads of weights for an hour, your body will make you feel sick and it'll fight what you're doing because it doesn't like what you're trying to do. So I train every day, and then because I don't train for too long periods of time, I feel like I don't overtrain. Some people will train 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, maybe have the weekend off. I've done all of those different things, and I always end up stopping training for various reasons. So if I only did, let's say I did 3 days a week, for me that's not enough. You're already not going to the gym more days than you are, so you're already in like a negative number of going to the gym. Most people that do that tend to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So Monday, let's say you've had Saturday, Sunday off. Monday, very easy to skip. Or Friday, oh, is something happening? Are we going out? You know, end of the week of work, oh, I'm tired, I'll skip Friday. So all you've got to do is skip 1 day of your 3 days a week, and you're already only going twice, and that's just, it's okay, it's better than nothing, but it's not going to keep you in that rhythm. And to train regularly and to enjoy training and to see it as something that's not a problem, like every time I come to the gym, I feel grateful, and I'm looking forward to training. I never come and go, oh, I've got to train. Very rarely. So you always, I feel like having it very regular is good. So 3 days a week, although I know that's like a number that a lot of people pick out of their head when they haven't trained before, but try and pick like four or 5 days a week and start with that, rather than go 3 days a week and train for like an hour and a half. I feel like it's much better if you go 5 days a week and you train for 45 minutes. So 5 days a week at 45 minutes is less time in that week than if you only went 3 times for an hour and a half. Good maths. So look at it as like spreading it out. You're going to be, every day your body's getting like revved up, and your metabolism's going, and you're kind of in a constant, as opposed to these longer bursts 3 times a week. An hour and a half in the gym is a long time. Like after an hour, I'm like, I've had enough, like really. There's a very fine line between enjoying training or it feeling like a chore. And if you go much past an hour, it's becoming something that is just unsustainable, unless you're a professional athlete, professional bodybuilder, and it's your job. Or most people that train very regularly will not go for much longer than an hour. You'll also find as well that what I'd say is that most people that are gym goers or gym rats, or those weirdos that train on New Year's Day, like me, or the weirdos that go, oh, why's my gym shut on Christmas Day? Because I'd like to train. They tend to be happy people. They tend to enjoy the gym. So there's something there clearly. They're not people that want to go to the gym all the time. You don't see them going, oh God, like, oh, got to train again. Like, you know, they're happy people. They enjoy what they do. And if you speak to people at the gym, 95% of people at the gym are very friendly, they're very helpful, and we're all there to make ourselves better. It's not a vanity thing. Of course, going to the gym makes you look better and makes you feel better, but if you asked, again, 95% of the people in the gym, like, why do you train? It'd be like, because I feel better. I love how it makes me feel. You know, I like feeling good, I like looking good, and I like being in shape. But it's that, like, it's that routine, that structure, and like for humans in general, we crave structure and routine, and it's really good for us. So everyone's very friendly, similar to dog walkers. It's very rare you go on a dog walk and you'll find a grumpy person, even if it's pissing rain, freezing cold. People are friendly because they're doing something that's nice, healthy, and you know, it's good for us. So what would I recommend if you're sat at home and you're like, right, I really want to get healthier, I want to start going to the gym, but I don't know what to do? So I would say pick a gym. Well, no, first of all, lay out your weekly time. How often can you go to the gym, or how often do you want to go to the gym? Let's say in hours, pick it in hours. How many days can you manage to go to the, like, I don't have kids, I don't have a partner, so I realize that a lot of people have busier lives than me, but even when I did have a partner and she had children and I was very much involved with their lives, I still tried to train every day. Like, I didn't train as much, but it was very close to what I train now. So I realize people are busy, but we work 8 hours of the day, we sleep 8 hours of the day. Sounds like an Arnold Schwarzenegger speech. If you train for 45 minutes every single day, that's 3% of your day spent in the gym, looking after yourself, doing something for you, making you feel better for other people around you. So 3% of your day is spent in the gym. So I think that that is achievable. If you look at perhaps other things you're doing throughout the day, I don't know, people that smoke probably spend a good hour smoking or vaping, drinking. And again, each to their own. I don't say anything with any judgment, but I guess I'm just trying to give advice and talk about the pros of what you can choose to do with your time. So yeah, just try and say to yourself, like, I want to train 5 days during the week. They don't have to be Monday to Friday and have Saturday, Sunday off. That's obviously very common, but again, Saturday and Sunday off tends to be when people eat a lot more, drink more, and then Monday morning, that Monday after work gym session, all of a sudden becomes that a little bit trickier because you've had 2 days off, you're kind of not with it. So maybe have a day off in the week and have Sunday as a day you train. That way you're not going to have that, oh, here we go, Monday, back to it. Try to just do like 5 random days, and keep it sort of mixed up, because there's little small hacks that the brains will sort of go, oh, you've had 2 days off, well, why don't you just have 3 days off, and then you can go Tuesday to Friday. It's still 4 days, it's still good. So again, I've done all this, tried all these things, and yeah, your brain's very clever. Or you'll go, oh, you missed Monday, well, I tell you what, why don't I just have a week off, because I've been for like a month, I have a week off, start again next Monday. Like Monday's the day to start. But so just don't see it as just go choose random days. First of all, just go to the gym. Like, say it's the first time you're going there, go to the gym. You'll find anyone that at the gym, if you ask them like, oh, can you show me how to do this, or I'm new, are there anything you'd like recommend, or I want to do this, I want to get better at this, what would you know, unless it's very rare, everyone will want to help you. You know, if anyone asks me anything at the gym, I'm more than happy. You know, you feel nice that someone's asked you, and we're generally like friendly people. Although a lot of people look like they're quite serious, it's probably because they're training and it's their time of the day to, you know, get better at what they're doing. You know, you don't train, you train to get better, and so you focus and you have your music on, and so you might appear like you don't want to talk, but most people are really, really friendly. And if you find someone that's not, then they're just an idiot. And there's always idiots. So yeah, so first of all, just go, and maybe just don't strain yourself at all. Just do something really light. Don't go in and try and do loads. Don't go in and go, well, I haven't ran all year, but I want to run 5k. Like, you know, walk 1k, go and try a couple of machines, do a couple of like sets, and then just get out and just tick it off as like a win. The fact that you've gone is a huge achievement. I know like the anxiety that people feel when you go to the gym, because I've had it before where I've had a few months off the gym, I've gone to the gym, I've sat in the car park and just had like a bloody panic attack, even though I've trained all my life, like, because I had a period of time off, and then I've driven home and I was like, I couldn't go in. So I know it's not easy, but just so feel proud if you've gone, go in, tick it off, and slowly build. Like, do something and don't try and push anything for at least a few weeks. Just get into a routine, move your body. It'll hurt to begin with. You might feel a little bit like sick or sort of unwell or lightheaded, but your body's adapting to, you're stressing your body, so it's adapting to it. But it will very quickly become something that feels good. So the endorphins and the feel good feeling, not only of being consistent with yourself, not only with doing something good, all of these things, like, you've just, regular gym goers will talk about how amazing it is and how much they love to do it. You know, there's reasons why people are running at 6 in the morning in the freezing cold in shorts and lycra tops. Like, it's not because they're not running along going, God, I absolutely hate this. You know, they enjoy it, although they're a bit mad. And you won't find me running at 5 in the morning at 2 degrees because I don't enjoy that. They are enjoying what they're doing because they've learned to enjoy it, and the body wants to move. I'd also recommend a park run if you want to do more cardio, and your way of feeling like you should get into better shape and better health is by running. Then I would advise going to a park run. So the closest to me, Yeovil. So you haven't got Montague. You've got Frogmary Farm, I believe, or if not, we quite often go to Weymouth, me and my brother. It's such a nice atmosphere. Everyone's really friendly. You have people there that are 10 years old. You have 90-year-olds. You have people that walk it, people that jog and walk, people that are quick as hell, like my brother, the Bean. Everyone's really encouraging. Everyone's very friendly. You know, if you're slow, you're slow, and there's people that just walk behind you, and it's just a really nice atmosphere. So that's a good way if you want to start running or moving. In terms of, say, if you're starting to go to the gym and your goal is to lose weight or to tone up, I would always advise weights over cardio. And I'm not saying that cardio isn't amazing for you, but if you're losing weight and you always want to hold on to muscle. If you lose weight and your way of losing weight is by doing cardio, you will lose muscle. So you will lose weight and muscle, and your metabolism will drop. If you go into the gym and you just do weights and you change nothing else with your diet or anything else, your body would build muscle, which would increase your metabolic rate. The more muscle you have, the more energy you burn at rest, and then your body will tone up on its own. So yes, cardio is amazing. I'm not just saying it because I'm not very good at cardio. Like, I will do a little bit here and there. I would like to think that the sauna is a cardiovascular health to me. And sometimes when I'm weight training, if I'm doing like a heavy leg session or things like that, like there is a slight cardiovascular element to that. But I don't enjoy running or cycling with it's not something I enjoy, and I've tried it on and off. And if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you won't keep doing it. So try everything, find out what you enjoy, and if you enjoy it, you'll keep doing it. But obviously there's a place for every type of exercise. I'm envious of people that can do triathlons. I'm envious of people that do Ironman. Amazing, like, feats of strength and endurance, but I'm just not that good at it, or I don't love it enough to train to be able to do it. So I predominantly train in like a bodybuilding sense. I love it. It's very repetitive, but I find that there's like beauty in the repetition. So headphones on, music. I couldn't tell you how many times I've done a bench press or a lat pull down or a tricep rope extension, probably hundreds of thousands of times, but I still love every single time I do it, which is strange, but there's something there, like, that is just, it's your time. Like I said, you can think, it's just really nice. So go in, do whatever you like, find out what you like, find out what you enjoy, and then just you'll gravitate naturally to what you enjoy more. But I would always, if you want to do cardio and you feel like cardio's the way you're going to get in shape and the way you're going to lose weight, I'd always recommend try and do some weights as well, because you want weight training builds your muscles, your cartilage, and your bone, and cardio doesn't do that. So cardio is amazing for like cardiovascular health, but it doesn't have, in my opinion, the good benefits for aging, especially, that muscle does. Like, especially women, well, all of us, as we get older, our bone strength goes down. Weight training increases your bone mass without like the impact that cardio has. Especially for women that age, I think like 90% of hip breaks are women after menopause, due to the reduced risk of reduced levels of estrogen, and so if you're doing weight training, you are building like bone mineral density and you are keeping yourself strong. And if you have strength, I think they say most of hip breaks are because people fall, and that first step they can't support themselves, and then it turns into a fall, which is a break. So if you have the strength in your muscles, you can stop a fall from becoming a break. And a hip break, I think, like, there's a huge stat behind the amount of people that die or have very serious complications in the short period after breaking a hip, because it's so substantial and the recovery so hard. So I think I'm rambling, but 20 minutes, right? So I'll try and narrow it down to some key points. So try and go to the gym as often as you can. Try and have it as part of your daily routine. I don't even see it as like optional anymore. For me, it's like, what's my day? My day's work, gym, sauna, and then if I'm doing anything else, it's after that. If people say, you know, what time are you free? Well, it's work, gym, sauna, I'm free from here. But you'll get there if you train regularly, and it will just be part of your day. It's your day for you. If you like to train with other people, there's a social asset. But I'd say if you're going to start to train, go on your own. Don't rely on, oh, we're going to the gym together. Me and my friend are starting the gym in January, because all it takes is for your friend to go, oh, I'm gonna stay at home and watch the new Harlan Coben series on Netflix for the next 2 days and binge it. I'll go Wednesday, and you go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'll skip today as well. Just go for yourself, and if you meet people and you go together that way, then good, but don't rely on somebody else to be your gym partner that you need to go to the gym. I don't go to a CrossFit gym, but CrossFit gyms seem to have a really, really good social aspect. You've got High Rocks, CrossFit, Olympic lifting. There seems to be a really, really nice, like, friendly atmosphere to those. Something I keep wanting to try, but I haven't started yet. I'm quite aware that I have a shoulder issue. I'm quite muscularly bound, and CrossFit can have issues with like being very strenuous on joints. And again, it's just, I haven't tried it for various reasons, but I do feel like it'd be a good way of increasing like social connections, which I should probably try this year, even if it's just for a bit. So yeah, just go as much as you can. Try and go more often, but for less period of time. That would be a good advice. Maybe like you can schedule days off, rest days, but for me, I just train like the last 10 days, the only day I've had off is Christmas Day, and I would have trained if Nuffield was open, but it wasn't. So I can sometimes I'll do like 10 days in a row, and then I might sort of wake up one day and go, feel a bit like, you can just sense when you don't feel right, and you go, oh, I'll have a day off. Or yeah, so you don't always have to schedule rest days in, but obviously I'd say they're good to begin with. But if you feel good and you want to go to, just go. Like, I would say it's not always overtraining, but under recovering is the problem. If you train every day for 2 hours, yeah, you're going to need a rest day. And if you don't have a rest day, your body will sort of shut down, and you'll feel sick and you'll get sick and all the rest of it. But if you train smartly, don't overtrain and don't do it for too longer periods, then I think you'll be good. So yeah, there's probably lots I've missed, but I'd say, yeah, just start doing weights. It would be my main thing. Go in, try and speak to a trainer, or like YouTube or Instagram or whatever. There's so many things you can find online nowadays to help people, and you can basically learn it yourself. And then it's such a nice point to get to when you get to a stage where the gym is something you look forward to, and I feel like that happens after like a month or two. So try not to give up in the first month. Try to just stick at it, and you'll get to the point where you really look forward to it and you really enjoy it, and that's when you're in the zone then, and you just gotta keep at it. I learned a few years ago that for me, if I train every day, like, life is just better. I handle stuff better, I feel better. And the more often I train, the less often I'll want days off, if that makes sense. So it's just better for me to do it that way. Even if I go in, I only do like half an hour, which is very rare, but I might go in and go, oh, I feel a bit tired today, but I've come to the gym, I don't feel like training. Like, I might go to do a workout and like the strength's just not there, the energy's not there, and so I just go, oh, I'll just go like walk on the treadmill for half an hour and go in the sauna. Or if I'm having a rest day, you know, don't train but still go to the sauna, still have that half an hour of flushing the blood and feeling good, and, you know, repetition to tick off. So I think that's probably my advice on training. There's probably lots more, but it's just a random rant on New Year's Day in a car park. So yeah, I've done a few videos. So the first one's about the testosterone replacement therapy. The second video I've done was on the sauna and the sauna benefits. They're all on either my page or the Men's Health Movement page. This is the third, which is about gym and exercise, and I guess how my tips, if there, you know, are anything of just sort of what I prefer or what might help you. I want to do a video on supplementation, like what things I take, what things I feel like most people, or what all people should take, and what things are beneficial and things like that. And I'm sure I'll think of a few other things to ramble on about as the days go by. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you've made it to the end, congratulations. Men that are out there, get your hormones tested. It's not okay to have testosterone right at the bottom. Go to your GP, ask them to be tested, and if you want to send me the results and ask my advice, then just message me. A lot of men have already done it, or message me, and so I appreciate it. I hope that I've helped them. A lot of men are in a very similar situation to the one I was in, and it's nice to know that men are out there, and they're perhaps getting to the bottom of why everything isn't working, or they're not feeling very good, or, you know, they're struggling with a lot of things. And this is something which isn't going to go away. The world we live in, the environment, the toxins, the lifestyle, and just generally how we're changing. Hormones are dropping, mental health's getting worse. You know, this is, and it's not a problem. You know, don't feel bad about wanting to treat yourself. And I feel like HRT for men should be as staple as HRT for women after menopause is. It's that important, it's that life-changing. And who doesn't want to age and feel as good as you can whilst you're aging? Yeah, that's something which every person should feel. So I'm gonna stop there before I rabbit on anymore, but thank you for watching. Watch the other videos I've done if you want more information on them. I'm gonna do a video soon on women's hormone health, in particular after the menopause. Obviously it's not men's mental health, but there's a lot of information, or a lot of misinformation that I think's out there for women and regarding their hormones and HRT. There's an amazing podcast done by Hunter Williams, who I research a lot of, and he's got some really amazing knowledge and facts, and yeah, a lot of things which the media and the healthcare system teach us is wrong, and it doesn't help us. I work for the NHS, so I don't just want to say how terrible it is, because it does lots of amazing things. But I feel like in terms of hormone health, we could do it a lot better, and we must always remember that there's money being made by pharmaceutical companies and lots of billions and billions of pounds regarding medication, and that sick people make money. So, you know, if everyone was as healthy as they could be, a lot of people lose out on money. So not to be cynical, but the facts kind of speak to them for themselves. we all went through it with COVID and the vaccines. So yeah, not to get political, but yeah. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll leave it there. Happy New Year, and I hope you had a lovely Christmas and New Year's, and I will post another video shortly. Okay, bye bye.